Hey everyone, this is Conrad Layn here. Good morning to everyone. I just woke up. I came out just to hang out a bit. I'm about to go meet a guest, just hanging out at home, just enjoying myself. Just wanted to give a quick tip on what vehicle you should actually add on to Turo. I'm not only going to explain my perspective and thought process and what has worked for me, I'm going to also explain how to properly do this. And that's the whole goal of the channel, to show you how to do it, not just to give you a string along type of approach where I give you some nuggets here and there, but I don't tell you how to do it. So you're going to be able to do this right from the comfort of your home, cell phone, bus bench, house, another country, wherever you're watching this video at. If there's Turo in your country or municipality or wherever you're going to be able to do this. So let's dive right into it. So in regards to the approach of what vehicle you should add to Turo, that's a good question. What you should do is not think about the vehicle. I hear a lot of people on YouTube talking about picking a certain type of vehicle, put the Ferrari on, or put the Honda on, or put a commuter car on, or put a Tesla on. All that actually doesn't matter. Who cares? What really matters is the bottom line, the profit. This is still a business. So what you essentially have to do is always remember that. Always remember that this is a business, and always remember that first and foremost, what you actually have to do is figure out what the GRM is. I have another video that goes into detail about that. I'll link that below. But this is a little bit deeper dive. So GRM, it means gross rent multiplier. I'll leave a definition as well in the link below. And what GRM is called gross rent multiplier. I'm real estate licensed, so what we use is gross rent multiplier when we're calculating the profitability or the amount that the property is going to be worth selling or purchasing based on something called GRM, gross rent multiplier. It basically essentially means the amount that the property is worth, the commercial property is worth, divided by the annual rents. So I use that same approach in cars. Real estate's really helped me to figure this out. And so what I do with the car is I pick a car, for example, and what you need to do, you should write this down. For the sake of examples, let's say the car is worth $20,000, okay? And let's say you earn an you accrue an annual income of, let's say, 10,000. Your GRM, you divide that 20,000 by the 10,000. Your GRM will be 2. And if you reverse that, it's just simply 2 times, it's just simply 10,000 times 2, which is 20,000. That means you have a GRM of 2. So that means it takes 2 years for you to make the amount of what the car cost. So that's your GRM. I usually like having a GRM of 1 to 2, max maybe 3 years, meaning the car I purchase needs to earn its own keep and needs to make back exactly what I spent on it or more within 1 to 3 years max to know if it's a good profit or not. That's not even considering insurance, etc., and all that, but that's just a good place to start. So for example, another example, if it's $20,000, let's say, same example, $20,000, right? And then you say you make $20,000 in 1 year, you have a GRM of 1. That simply means you make back the amount it costs to purchase the vehicle in 1 year. Kind of get what I'm saying? So that's what you base it off of. I don't like, and it's not to throw shade at anyone, it's just my own perspective. Everyone has their own opinions, but just for having a real estate background and a finance background, heavy in insurance over 8 years, that's not the right approach to pick a specific car. Yes, I have a Tesla. Yes, I have certain cars that maybe are getting a lot of bookings, but I also have a Nissan Versa that's doing phenomenal. It's a commuter car. It's a very simple car. It's not nothing luxury. It's simplicity at its finest. I even put that into details on the Turo page. It's simplicity at its finest, but it keeps getting booked. It's booked for 2 months. It's on a 1 month. It's on a 35-day booking right now. If you try to book it right now, you can't book it until a month and 3 days later. So it's incredible. So it's not about the car. It's about the GRM. Always remember that. GRM, that matters more than everything. Forget the car. Who cares? However, if it's a Tesla, if it's a Nissan, if it's a Ferrari, of course certain cars by name and by design will do well. But you can't base it off that. You have to base off the GRM. Make a more strategic, mathematical decision, not just a car decision. You have to dive deep in this thing. And I hear a lot of other Turo hosts online, which is, everyone has their own opinion. I'm not perfect. I'm always willing to learn. I'm very humble with that, and I'm not perfect. But just from my expertise, from having a heavy 8 years of finance background, and insurance mitigation and risk management and business consulting, not the wise things you need to do. Keep it based on math. Math is universal language. It doesn't lie to you. So based off the GRM. Next, the next step that's most important when you figure out the GRM. To even figure out your GRM, you have to do reverse engineer. I'm going to show you how to do this quickly. So stay tuned. I'm not going to take too much more time, but simply what I'm going to show you is you find a host. Look at my page. Look at any other host. You don't even have to look at my page. Figure out, it shows how many trips the vehicle has had, and then you just multiply and divide, reverse it and divide it by the amount of trips it's been on there for. Then you'll kind of have an estimate. You don't always know because the host, I don't want to confuse you guys, the host can change the price at any time. So it might be inflated, it might be not at an accurate daily rate. They might have dropped the prices, they might have increased the prices. So you don't know, but you still want to, at least you'll have somewhere to start at least. So at that point, you look at their profile, you look at the vehicle, and then you figure out, hey, this person has 100 trips and they're charging $80 per day. Then you divide at least 40% to maybe about 25% off. This typically most hosts have the 75 plan, which takes about 25% away from their profit. So you actually take 25% off of whatever you get, or 20%, or 40% at best if they pick to 60. And like I said, I don't want to confuse you guys. There's a lot of information, but you get the amount, divide at least 20 to 40% off of that amount, and that's where you'll kind of figure out how much they actually earn since the car's been on there. And you look at this timestamp of the comments. You'll be able to see the comments, and now show the amount of trips that the host has had. Count the comments, and like I said, some of the comments aren't there. I've done plenty of trips where the comments don't even show, or the guest forgets to do a comment. But it just gives you at least somewhere to start. It's a lot of information. I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible, to the point where I hope I didn't miss anything. I'm a novice at this, but I'm trying to really give my best perspective. And that's what you need to do. Go to a host page, look at the comment section, see the earliest comment, and start calculating all the comments. Those are for sure trips that have been calculated. That's the Turo platform does show how many trips based on the comments. So you count the comments. So if you see a Ferrari on there and there's no comments, even though it has a great daily rate, I'll probably do great. Don't use that. Use a vehicle that's been proven, that has actual reviews and comments that you can see, and you calculate those. That's how you figure out how many trips a host is getting. There should be comments there. So look at my profile. You'll see the comments. Calculate each vehicle based on the comments. So if you see 5 comments there, and I'm charging, say, $50 for, say, a Nissan Versa, for example, then multiply that 50 times the 5 people. That's $250, and then you divide and take away the 20% for the hostage, the Turo insurance, or the 25%, etc., which is average. And then that's how you figure out your GRM. This is a good video for veteran hosts who want to add on other vehicles, and this is a really great vehicle video. I keep saying video. I can't speak this morning. Video for even new novice hosts. I'm a novice amateur at videography. I'm hoping to get better, but I'm definitely a veteran when it comes to business. I have quite a resume in regards to insurance. I'm insurance licensed. All my information is out there, like insurance license. I have proof. I'm not some fake guru dude. I'm heavy in insurance, heavy in business, heavy in investing, and heavy in Turo. And it's a great way to earn some income. I'm a real dude. I really just want to show you guys how to do this the right way. And it hurts me seeing that so many hosts that are veterans make mistakes putting the wrong vehicles on the platform and don't know how to protect themselves, don't know how to make a profit. And like I said, it's not about the car. It's about the GRM, gross rent multiplier. Stay tuned. I'm about to show you guys how to do it. Hey everyone, this is Conrad Layn here. So welcome to my Conrad Layn page. There's me right there. This is what it's about. Just want to show you guys how to reverse engineer. I'm using my own profile. Here's a few of my vehicles. And like I said, sometimes you don't see everything that's going on. This is a public page. So you might not see all my vehicles here. A few of them are actually going through claims, which Turo's been phenomenal in taking care of them. But let's use a newer vehicle I just put on. I just recently put this Tesla on. And it's absolutely beautiful and a lot of fun. Highly recommend it. If you guys want to book it, to test drive it, feel free to go to my page. I always leave a link, so awesome. So for example, see how it shows 10 trips? you calculate it based off that. If for some reason you don't see the trips, you go down and you see, let's scroll down here. See, here's one comment, 5 stars. Her and her husband were awesome. I met them. They were great. They really loved it. They said they're going to buy a Tesla, and they had such a great experience. She left me a 5-star review. And it's beautiful when they leave a big, long review like this. I love it. But you meet some of the best people here. And how you know you have a good car is when people say, I'm going to buy this for myself. I love that. That's just happened so many times with my Infiniti Q50, Mercedes, the Tesla. It keeps on happening. I love it. But so this is one. So you'll calculate this, C1, where this comment right here where it shows Brianna. You calculate that. And remember, I'll go back up. I'm charging $120. So $120 per day is the price that I'm charging for this. See? Go down. And there's 9 ratings. So that means 9, there's been 10 trips. So remember, like I said, sometimes some people just give, like, I've noticed I might get a 5-star review and it doesn't show because they didn't type anything there. And that's something I really hope if people leave a review, please put a letter in there. Sometimes it doesn't show for whatever reason, the review. I have a lot more 5-star reviews and some of them don't show. And other hosts know what I'm talking about. But still great. I have 9 that show. So you'll calculate 9. So this is one of the 5-star reviews. And you calculate, for example, and right here, it's $120. You might see it says 108. It's because I added on a discount where if you get it for 3 days, you get it for 108 per day. But don't pay attention to that. Pay attention to the $120 that's crossed out down there, $120. You multiply that times 9. And I barely just put this Tesla on. I haven't had it too long. I've had it under a month. Just added it on. It's been phenomenal. It's booked for the next 2 months actually, back to back, $120 per day. And I might increase it. I'm more dynamic in respect to I'm not proactive and I'm not reactive, meaning that I judge it based off the market. I'm more dynamic. Proactive is good. It's good to be proactive when you're adding on a vehicle, but it's not good to be reactive. But I like being more dynamic, meaning I'm a part of I'm part of the daily. I'm in it every day, seeing how the market changes. So it is a bit being proactive, but it's more dynamic. But anyways, enough about that. So you calculate this one comment and then 9 comments times 120 and everything. So for sake of argument, let's keep it simple. Let's say it's $100 per day times 9. That would be $900, right? That I made $900. And then you take off. Most hosts have called the Turo Host, Turo insurance that is 75 or 70. So that means most hosts say, let's just take off 25% from that. So 25% of $900, that would be $225. So take 225 off this 900. That means I made 675. So that's pretty much what I've made so far, only based on these 9. Not even counting the 10th one, but the 9. That's phenomenal, and that's under a month and everything. It's been back to back. So I love it. And that's how you calculate, people. I highly recommend Turo. Hope I didn't leave any information out. New at this. Hope I'm getting better. And I just really want to show that I'm a real guy and this is a real way to do it. This is my real profile. So I mean, it's great. And I love it so far. I love it. This is the beautiful Tesla that I did the photos in Rodeo Drive. And yeah, so that's how you got to do it, guys. Reverse engineer. You figure out the GRM, and the GRM, you go to a host like my page. You say, hey, I want to get a Tesla. You look at my Tesla, look at maybe 10 other Teslas, hosts that have Teslas, and you calculate it based off that, figure out what their GRM is. I highly recommend you should have a GRM of 1 to 3 years max, in my personal opinion, meaning that you should be able to get back the car's value that you spent for it within 1 year to 3 years at least, at minimum. And that's how you base it. So if you get a car, let's say it's 20,000, and you research me and say after a year you see a year of bookings that show, okay, this guy made 10,000 off a $20,000 car that I could purchase. He has a GRM, of 2. That means it'll take him 2 years to pay off the car he purchased. that might be a good investment. But let's say same car, $20,000, I only make, say, $1,000 and everything. That's a GRM of 20. That's gonna take 20 years to pay this car off. And that's truth. That's where a lot of hosts make mistakes. They don't pay attention to GRM. They get it put on an expensive car, or a car that doesn't it doesn't accrue the right amount of rents per day and per year, and their GRM's like 20 and 40. I've done some calculations where I'm like, that host is going to be in debt for 40 years. You know what I mean? They don't even see it yet. The math doesn't lie to you, people. So please, GRM. So simply put, summary of the whole video in a nutshell. You get a vehicle. You figure out how much the vehicle's worth. Find a similar vehicle on the Turo platform. Find at least 5 to 10 hosts. I would do 100, even 200 hosts. That's the type of market research I do. I do about 100, 200 to really get accurate numbers. But if you don't have that time, maybe like I do, at least 5 to 10, get that vehicle, run it through the ringer on Turo, find all type of hosts with that similar vehicle, see how well they're all doing so you can compare them appropriately and everything. And then at that point and everything, what you can do is figure out the amount they make, divide it by the amount of time, say 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, and see if it fits in that threshold. And if it doesn't, calculate how much they're going, how much they've made so far, and if they made the money back so far based on the percentage, and you divide the Turo insurance, take off at least minimum 20 to 25%. Typically, is the average amount that you that you pay off your profits, and you keep the rest. And that's how you know. So hopefully I didn't confuse things. Hopefully I did it in the most concise manner. And if I did, I'll try to do better next time. But I'm really just trying to give raw information. I just woke up this morning, about to meet a guest for another delivery. I'm really booked for the next 2 months. I'm excited. So you guys have a good day. Conrad Layn out.